Collioure is a commune in the Pyrénées-Orientales department in southern France. Geography. The town of Collioure is on the Côte Vermeille, in the canton of Côte Vermeille and in the arrondissement of Céret. Toponymy. Collioure is named Collioure in Catalan. History. There is a record of the castle at Castrum Collioure having been mentioned as early as 673, indicating that the settlement here was of strategic and commercial importance during the Visigoth ascendancy. Collioure used to be divided into two villages separated by the river Doe, the old town to the south named Port d'Arvel and the upstream port, Port d'Amont. Collioure was taken in 1642 by the French troops of Maréchal de la Meilleraie. A decade later, the town was officially surrendered to France by the 1659 Treaty of Pyrenees. Because of its highly strategic importance, the town's fortifications, the Château Royal de Collioure and the Fort Saint-Elme stronghold, were improved by the military engineer Vauban during the reign of Louis XIV. Nevertheless, Collioure was besieged and occupied by the Spanish troops in 1793, marking the last Spanish attempt to take the city. The blockade was broken a year later by General Jacques-François d'Aigumier. In 1823, the territory of Port-Vendôme became a commune, taking parts from the communes of Collioure and Bagnols-sur-Mer. On the 21st of January 1870, an exceptional climatic phenomenon occurred in Collioure. As observed by Charles Norden at the time, more than 1 meter of snow fell in one day on the town. Many orchards as well as cork oak woodlands were damaged. Government and politics. Mayor's twin towns Soria, Castile and Leon, Spain. Population. Demography. Economy. Collioure is the name of an appellation d'origine contrôlée situated around the town, producing red rosé and a few white wines. The ancient terraced vines in the hills behind the town also provide grapes for the apéritif and dessert wines of the appellation, which shares its boundaries with the Collioure appellation. Collioure is also famous for its anchovies, which are referenced in Mark Kurlansky's book Salt is the best in the world. Culture. As the town has a strong Catalan culture, its own motto has been adopted by one of the local Catalan rugby teams, Sempre endavant, mai morarem. Under Michel Molly's leadership, the town has an alternative motto, Collioure sera toujours Collioure, quoting French singer Maurice Chevalier's famous song titled Paris sera toujours Paris. The annual St. Vincent Festival is held around August 15, attracting twice the town's population in visitors for several days of celebration with music and fireworks. In the early 20th century, Collioure became a center of artistic activity, with several father artists making it the meeting place. André Derain, Georges Braque, Arthur Frisch, Henri Matisse, Pablo Picasso, Charles René Mackintosh, James Dixon, Innocent Suguharu Fujita have all been inspired by Collioure's royal castle, medieval streets, its lighthouse converted into the Church of Notre-Dame des Anges and its typical Mediterranean bay. Collioure's cemetery contains the tomb of Spanish poet Antonio Machado, who fled here to escape advancing Francois troops at the end of the Spanish Civil War in 1939. The British historical novelist Patrick O'Brian lived in the town from 1949 until his death in 2000, and his novel The Catalans graphically describes Collioure life before major changes took place. He also wrote a biography of Picasso, who was an acquaintance. O'Brian and his wife Mary are also buried in the town cemetery. Part of the action in Stephen Clark's fourth comic novel featuring Paul West, Dial M for Murd, takes place in Collioure. 98 reproductions of Matisse's and Derain's works are exposed exactly where these two masters of Fauvism painted the originals. In the early 20th century, Notable people: Antonio Machado, Spanish poet, died in Collioure. René Lenz, football player born in Collioure. Patrick O'Brian, English novelist and translator, lived and was buried in Collioure.